Hi Capricorn, Sun, Moon and Rising. Welcome to your September reading. Let's see what's going on in your month ahead. Please check your Sun, Moon and Rising signs for the complete picture and check out the astrology as well to know what's going on in the skies and how we can flow with it. For later down the month, so you have a quick view, you can check out the interactive astrology calendar as well. The link is in the description box and it will guide you to a page and you can download this PDF where you can click on the date. It will take you to a page and it's going to explain what's going on that day and how you can flow with it, what signs are being affected the most, how long the impact would be, and yeah, there's quite a bit in there, so check it out if you're into astrology. Okay, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, some more cards can you have for them? So we have the Emperor. Then we have the King of Cups. We have Five of Wands. What else do we have? Two of Wands. Okay, and we have the Ten of Swords. Okay, so I'm going to clarify each of these cards and then we'll do your interpretation. Okay, so in one look, I would say that you're evaluating your relationship with authority, power, and father figures. Okay, it seems like with the Emperor and the Fool card, you might have been evaluating your relationship since you were a child to your father figure or people in positions of authority and how those type of structures have stayed with you in your life. Another thing I'm getting here is you're embarking to become your own authority here. So you're really thinking about what type of boss do you want to be, what type of manager you want to be, whatever the case is for you. What type of leader do you want to be? What do you want to represent? Okay, so it can be a first time thing or you're trying to make a new project which you are very new at. So that is really in the forefront here. The King of Cups with the Hierophant. For those of you who are relating with the authority relationship here, this talks about having a teacher or a guide who is also like a father figure, but is a lot more patient, a lot more compassionate and guiding. It's like you are looking at the different leadership styles or the teaching styles that you have encountered, and you see that you have both of those qualities in you in some capacity, and you find yourself resonating with both types of leaderships in like one form or the other. But I feel like you're more emotionally related with the more compassionate guide here, but they're also very knowledgeable and they can convey structures and explain hierarchies like it is philosophy. So you don't feel as bad about structures and rules and regulations as much. In the first case here, you might be scared of a domineering figure, or you have been intimidated by a certain position, a certain status, or a certain person. Alright, but if we personalize this, then this is talking about you stepping up into your leadership role and you're taking on the role of coaching, guiding, healing, teaching, these type of things, and you want to be compassionate but you want to be firm, and you also want to teach the core of the subject, okay, or whatever area you're in. You want to convey good information and wholesome information that actually does something productive and helps people. With the Five of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles, it can be that you're conflicted in how you want to first of all come across, and also how you could achieve all of these different goals you have set for yourself. It can be that you're new at this, so it's like you want to juggle many different ways of being and you want to do it right the first time. Or if you're starting a new creative venture as well, you want to use the experiences you have had so far and you want to make this one even better from the get-go. So there is conflicting energies of what I should, what I must, what I have to, what I want to, and what is available. Okay, there are so many things going on here. Yeah, and okay, with the Two of Wands and the Knight of Swords, you're definitely changing tracks, changing gears, something of that sort. You're going for what is more adventurous, okay? With the Fool as well, that is taking a leap into the unknown and having faith that things are just going to have to work out. The King of Cups and Hierophant as well is being very guided to move to a different way of being. This Five of Wands and Nine of Pentacles could also be wanting to be self-sufficient, but not really knowing how just yet, but you just know that you have to be more self-sufficient, for example, right? Two of Wands, Knight of Swords, eventually you're like not afraid. The choice you are making is going with the more exciting option, something that shows you more growth, because Capricorn is growth oriented. It is a cardinal sign. It wants to take action. If it sees an opportunity for that higher level of authority, more distinction, then it's gonna go for that. It just has an inner drive of having this status in the world, having a legacy. Pluto has been there in your sign for quite a while, and Pluto is in retrograde at this time, so we're definitely evaluating the relationship with power, authority, control, and transformation of power as well. Okay, so yeah, we're exploring something new, and with the Ten of Swords and the King of Swords, you're kind of cutting ties with relationships with authority figures who can be overly critical. Like, you're going with good judgment and you should have critical thinking abilities. It should not be all about the heart, but at the same time, it should not be too much head either. So it can be that you're cutting ties with some people that have just not been constructive for you anymore, ending a chapter. And if this is talking about self-talk, which is overly critical, that you have stopped yourself to be safe and create a legacy in a place that is too small for you now because you've really grown out of it, then you're ending the chapter and you're moving on to the next point of ascension. The Taurus activations that are taking place are at a trine house for you. So yeah, that is really helping you out, all the ecliptic energies this year. Yeah, let's see what is up for Capricorn. We have the good kind. So the good kind of month. That is nice to see always. Okay, what's your honest truth? Yeah, kind of aligning yourself with what feels right. What feels right to you. Then we have the now. Yeah, see, that's like taking the constructive steps. It's sure, like you dream of a vision and you have like a view for the future, a desire for it, but we gotta take actions right now to make that happen, right? So you're focusing on what am I doing today that is leading me to my goals. Okay, wow, and you're being very honest about that, okay? If you're not doing something, then it's time to own up and start doing something, Yeah, and you're taking that matter into your own hands. You're taking more charge and authority within yourself. Okay, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. How is this month of September? So the first card we have is Relativity. Oh, I know what this is. Okay, it might be a specific message, okay, so please take it as it resonates. But what I'm getting here is that you've tried so hard to climb to the top to reach that level of self-sufficiency in the structures that you have been in, and you've been loyal and dedicated, you've been hardworking and perseverant and taking initiative and everything in between, okay? But it just is met with resistance, more competition, more obstacles and hurdles that just adds to the conflict. So instead, what you're doing here is, instead of asking for promotions or striving for something which puts the control and the power in someone else's hands, you're taking it back and you're like, you know what, I got it. Like, this is what I'm gonna do, okay? I have asked you enough of what I can be or where I can be led next, but now I'm gonna tell you where I belong. And perhaps you word that a little bit differently, but you get the vibe where you're taking matters into your own hands, you're taking charge, and you see that when you do that, you take that chance, you get a lot more progress much faster. And this new chapter just unveils itself very effortlessly. Okay? Wow. So it's kind of the relative progress in the two scenarios. That's what I got. And we have infinity here, so that's, of course, infinite possibilities, so many possibilities to explore. What could we see next? There's also having immense manifestation and creation powers. It's just about using the energies effectively and productively. Once again, maybe check the astrology because there's quite a bit happening and you want to make the best use out of those things. Okay, let's get some more cards here. See, again, we have the new moon, the beginning. That's the potential, all of the potential, infinite. 0, card number 0. Amazing. Full of new beginnings, set new intentions, and you'll clear your goals. I think you're good to go. Let's do your astrals. The guidance. Okay, Mercury, Scorpio in the first house. First house, if you're a Cap rising, then this whole power dynamic we were talking about is in your sense of personality and how much you take on it within your identity here. But really focusing on who you are, the self that you're becoming, and how you perceive the world, what type of reality. There's so much transformation going on. Pluto is the planet for transformation. Scorpio is the zodiac of transformation. So definitely the transformation of power, transference of power, all of those things are coming to you. How much power do you really have in your life? So you're actively thinking about many different things. The mind is very active, and Mercury is going to be retrograde in this month. So please check the descriptions because it's going to be first retrograde in Libra and then it'll move into Virgo, which is a fellow Earth sign. So the first part is going to impact you differently compared to the Earth part. The Earth would be more harmonious with you. Meanwhile, the Earth is more cerebral. So there's, to understand more about what the energies are, you can check that astrology video. I won't describe it again here, but you get the gist. Like there's quite a bit going on. The mind is active, and different scenarios are coming up relating with others. Also working on self-healing, but they're really active in the mind. I think even though the planet is retrograde, it's all turned inward. How do we see things? How do we communicate ourselves? What have we been thinking? What subconscious thought processes have been blocking us so far from exploring our sense of authority? Things like that. Okay. So we have Peacock. Inherent wisdom is emerging at this time. Watch it and ready yourself for a rebirth. A rebirth, there you go. Death and rebirth, that's Scorpio too. Then we have Dove. Feel and allow a deeper sense of peace to fill you now. This is a divine quality. Yeah, finding some peace and just pausing a moment before making decisions would really go a long way. Especially if there's like a lot of things going on, intersecting in your life. Then finding some time to meditate, be quiet, and just be with the universe sort of can help you sort a lot of these things. Okay, there's still like work to be done in the physical, but this can help you cope much better. Okay, then we have stay grounded and welcome the new knowledge and perspective coming to you. Definitely, there can be new knowledge and again, we can be talking about teachers as well, guide and mentors that are coming in, making their voice heard, or you're kind of receiving the messages as something more profound this month. It's catching your attention differently, so that just gives you new perspective and it brings in ideas that you could explore. But given that you're an earth sign, you're not going to just rush into anything before having enough plans. So it's sort of like I'm self-sufficient enough to extricate myself from chaotic situations, and I'm willing to explore different possibilities because I have enough drive and I have enough ambition. So I'm just going to be done and wrap up the cycle because this is not going anywhere. And I'm going to shift to something that's going to give me the good kind of month and months ahead. Okay? So wow, the profound stuff, right? All the very best. There's quite a few things going on. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you want a personal reading, you can reach me via Etsy. The link is in the description box in the comment below. I hope to see you some other time. Until then, take care. Bye.